beautiful Taurians, welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your monthly reading for April 2022. I've already cleansed your space and have meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for your wonderful likes, shares and subscribes. I am truly grateful for your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about to pretend to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings. I do not take your money, e-gifts, donations. I'm not on Facebook, WhatsApp, PayPal, Telegram, or Patreon. I'll never ask you for your credit card details, and I'll never ask you for personal details either. So if anyone masquerading as me asks you for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful there's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Taurians, so we have 3 moon events in April. We have 2 new moons. One of them is in your sign, and we also have a full moon in Libra as well there. Now, the first new moon occurs on the 1st of April, and that is about new beginnings. It's actually in Aries, so we feel a really fresh sort of energy. We feel we need to set intentions and smash goals out of the park. Really a lot of motivation and drive, spontaneity, courage sort of comes within our energy, and we really feel like spring has sprung. Depending on where you are in the world, of course, you'll still get that energy level. It'll go higher, and you'll start to connect to your hopes, your dreams, your wishes, and your professional life, but you really will feel like it's a new beginning with that new moon on the 1st of April. Now, then we have that full moon in Libra. It occurs on the 16th of April, and that's all about relationships, partnerships, either in love or friendships or career. It's all about finding that balance and, you know, injecting love into the relationships that you really care about. It's also a time about getting justice for all the hard work that you've been doing, and, you know, getting a fair deal, because good karma comes round about that full moon in Libra. And finally, on the 30th of April, we have that new moon in your sign, which is all about value, how you value yourself, what you focus on, gaining confidence, and getting what you truly deserve and desire. Now, your 6th house is activated, as well as your 12th house, and as well as your 1st house. So it's going to be quite a bumpy ride as we move through April for you in terms of personal sort of energies. So the 12th house is activated first, which is your house of deep secrets and spirituality. So you may feel like withdrawing a little bit at the beginning of the month, which really completely is opposite to that new moon in Aries. So you may feel that push and pull of wanting to get out there, achieve things that you set your intentions on, and then wanting to be a little bit reclusive. So you'll feel that push and pull right at the beginning of the month. But then we move on to your 6th house of daily routines, work habits, health, and you know, things that you feel responsible for, your duties and things like that. So I feel like you get in the work zone. And then after that, we of course have the 1st house activated on the 30th of April, which is all about your self-identity, where you fit in, who you are, who you connect to, where you spend your energy, and are they worth it, for example, things like that. Really interesting that you got glamour there, because that's your 1st house of identity, your self-image as well. Some of you may be like really called to do a little bit of spending at that time to enhance your beautiful self, whether it's new clothes or whether it's you know, makeup or things like that, or getting a haircut. That sort of energy comes around about that time. I mean, you may be thinking, you know what, I'm fine all by myself. I don't need clothes, I don't need makeup, and I don't need a haircut. I'm doing all good by myself. But it's about the philosophical self as well, where you feel like you fit in. Now, I'm just going to get your overall energy and a few cards of things that Spirit want you to think about over the month of April, and then we'll get a little bit deeper into a Celtic cross and see what is coming towards you. The World card, you're entering a new cycle, which is really apt for the beginning of the month for you. We've also got the Wheel of Fortune, so fate pays you a little bit of a visit in the month of April, some good luck coming your way. Jupiter, of course, is very much starred this month for giving a lot of benevolent energy, some lucky breaks, good fortune, good luck coming your way. So we got the World card, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Fool card. So there's some sort of leap of faith, or this energy, being energized to take a leap in some area of your life. So let us have a look. The first card Spirit will like you to talk about, like me to talk about rather. Divine guidance, whispers from the beings who shine, let their messages be clear and kind. Okay, so I feel like, you know, there is definitely someone guiding you. We all have a guide, but I also feel like there's someone who walks with you in spirit, someone that you know who walks with you. They give you a lot of signs. They're showing me, they're actually showing me, well, they're showing me two signs. One is a little black bird, okay, but they're also showing me a ladybird. So they're showing me, maybe it's two together, I'm not really sure. They want me to mention both. Now, little black bird or little ladybird. So I mean, maybe the person's nickname was Bird or something like that, because Blackbird, Ladybird, both have got a common word that sort of match. So I'm not really sure how it resonates for you, so please take it as it resonates. I mean, maybe you're just looking out the window and you can see a blackbird or a ladybird right now. That is an indication that someone that you know, and I feel like you know this person is, they come to your mind immediately when you see these things. They're guiding you, okay? So important. It's number 38. When you reduce it, 3 plus 8 is 11, which is the number of the soul path. So they're actually guiding you along your soul path to get what you truly deserve in life. They want the best for you. They're showing me that they're holding your hand, okay, is what they're showing me. So I'm just going to leave it like that. We've also got knowledge. So very important time of, you know, maybe some of you are putting yourself on courses online, or maybe even thinking about learning a new skill. There's definitely a sense that you've got a lot of knowledge in what you do already, my beautiful Taurians, that you will be implementing as you go. But we've also got like a genie's lamp here, okay? So I feel like this knowledge sets you free and you gain a wish. Something that you've been working towards, it shall be so, is what they're giving me. It says, let me connect above and below, let the knowledge of the ancestors flow. So again, there's this strong sense that there is someone guiding you to avoid the pitfalls of life, for example, that perhaps they've experienced in their own life. I feel like they're going to give you signs along the way where they're like, that's a good decision, that's not such a good decision. I feel like you're going to have moments of clarity, okay? But there's something here about knowledge and you gaining a wish. So whether it is your putting yourself on some sort of apprenticeship, or you're actually learning a new craft or skill that helps you with your career, April is a very important month for something turning around in your favor and achieving good news. We've also got let go, okay? It's number 6, which is very important. It's the number of balance. So if there's something weighing you down, or if there's something that you're really wrestling with and it's making you feel out of sorts, it's time to let it go. Sometimes we sweat the small stuff as well as the big stuff. And even the little things, you know, just let them go, because what will be will be. And sometimes we can worry about things that might happen in the future, but actually we're catastrophizing because we're thinking about what might happen in the future, and we're actually causing ourselves a lot of grief or a lot of energy. So that could be put elsewhere to better use, is what they're giving me. So of course, if there's something major, you know, that you can't get off your mind, then of course, Taurus, you know, problem halved is a problem shared. That's what they say. So I would say, you know, make sure you talk it out with people. But it says, allow the wisdom to remain, but the sting I shall never feel again. So they're indicating here there's something that either is weighing you down, or you've had a very tough lesson in something. Perhaps you're holding on to something that really is hurting you more than it's hurting another person. They just want you to let it go because it's not meant for you. What is meant for you will never pass you by. So the things that we feel, if you've been going through some grieving or something like that with regards to a breakup, or, you know, perhaps you lost your job or something like that, they're indicating there's something better to replace it. So all is not lost. You're actually entering a very new cycle. Your whole April seems to be about cycles, because we got that World card, we got the Wheel of Fortune. At grassroots, that's about being in the flow, the circle of life, okay? And I feel like you're in that flow and you're embracing new ideas, you're being curious again. I just feel like you've got this energy of like, I'm here, I'm ready. What has the world got to offer me? Let's go for this. So I feel a real sort of power up energy, and you don't want to be having anything from the past sort of letting you go, you know, holding you back or holding you down. We've also got number 15, glamour, okay? Into this mirror, I now see the realms of possibility. You are literally brimming with potential in the month of April. I mean, you always are, but I feel like you're getting a boost of energy in April. And of course, this connects to your first house of identity, where you feel like you fit in, what you feel are your attributes. Remember, stand out from the crowd, because you were born to stand out. I feel like you're born to peacock your wonderful self and embrace yourself, love yourself fully, because once you start to have that element of confidence, it's like a magnet. Whenever you see people, they're in couples and things like that, there's this confident thing. It's alluring. Okay, they stand their own ground, they know what they want. So I feel you being confident in what you want in your career, in what you want in love, you can do all of those things without ego. It's about having self-identity. It's also about, empowerment and knowing that you will not take anything less than you truly deserve. Okay, so I feel like a lot of looking at yourself in terms of clarity, being honest with yourself, and sort of, some of you are going to be like really tweaking your hair and things like that, because you want a fresh new like haircut, or you want a fresh new everything, because that Fool card indicates you're doing something new in some way. It could literally be that you're like shifting furniture around in your front room or in your bedroom or something like that to create that fresh feel, like something new. So if you can't move somewhere or you can't relocate somewhere, perhaps you're thinking about sprucing up your home in order to give it a complete new fresh look and create more space. So I feel like there's a revamp going on in April for you. And also we've got dream, sweet, sleep, deep. Dream, sweet, sleep, deep. Sleep that's deep and lasts till morn, wondrous dreams for days reborn. So that's about getting enough rest, of course, especially when it's number 45 and you reduce it. 4 plus 5 is 9. So as I said, right at the beginning of the month, you may feel like taking yourself off grid or having that time to yourself, because that 12th house and 12-12, they're actually showing me 12-12 right now. That's a really important number for you. 12-12. So that may be the time where news comes, or where you start to see synchronicity. You keep seeing that number. Please look out for that. 12-12 is important over the next 4 to 5 weeks. I feel like they want you to be ready for something, because there's a lot, it's almost like you're powering up to take some sort of leap of faith or a new start. Okay, now the protagonist energy is the World card, so you are entering a cycle. The World is about completion, so perhaps you're fulfilling some sort of deal, or you're completing a contract or a task or a personal goal in some way that you accomplish. This is all about fulfillment, but I feel like you're entering a new cycle. The World card is about perspective, and it's about being positive, to know that the universe will put you in the right place at the right time to meet the right people and the right situations. If you think back to your life and you're like, wow, I met that person 5 years ago and now I'm meeting them today in a different circumstances. I was always meant to meet that person. Every person who comes into your world, whether it is a person behind the counter in a deli, whether it is that person that sits next to you on the subway and says, excuse me, I've got the time, those people are all sent to us for a reason, because it's about interactions, it's about human interaction. And because they're just showing me someone right now, and this may resonate with someone out there, because they're showing me in the water right now, I'm scrying, they're showing me meeting somebody in like a coffee store, and like there being an exchange in that coffee store. It's really polite, a really polite exchange and a bit of a chuckle kind of thing. So for example, the way the exchange is happening, it's almost like someone just kind of gets in the way of the other as they're trying to leave the coffee store, and there's kind of like a move of a chair, and they're like, oh, sorry, oh yeah, okay, oh yeah, I'm really clumsy today, or something like that, and the other person chuckles, I know what you mean, I'm just completely feeling a bit off. And then there's that exchange, and then they're showing me them meeting them in like a meeting room. So it's almost like they're either having an interview with that person that they've just seen in the coffee store, or they're about to see that person in a workspace. It's either a new person who comes into the workspace. I see them in a very official standing next time you meet. So I don't know if that connects to somebody out there. That's what they're showing me right now. So it's almost like, I guess, of course, unless someone approaches you with another demeanor, be nice and jovial to everybody you meet, because I feel like they're going to be part of your journey later on. Okay, in a very instrumental way. So I'm just going to put it like that, because I'm not sure if it connects to someone out there. It's gone from the water now. I have to mention what's in the water, otherwise it will never go away and I don't get any other messages. So that's there for you. The World card is about accomplishing things, okay? So I feel like you are going to have a lot of success. This is about you reaching a goal, or perhaps learning a lesson that teaches you about divine timing and your luck. If you've been feeling like you've had the weight of the world on your shoulders recently, they really want you to let it go, because I feel April is going to be this fresh month where it's just everything feels like it's all coming together, like things are happening in the right order, and that it just feels lighter somehow. We've got the Wheel of Fortune here, so it's in the resistance position. I mean, with the World card, they're telling me I'm not finished with the World card. They're indicating that some of you may be actually relocating or thinking about traveling in some way, a vacation. Perhaps you're looking at world countries that you would like to travel to have a bit of a break or take some time out. That may really connect to your 12th house there of sort of wanting to withdraw. Some of you may be going on a spiritual retreat or something like that. The World card is about relocation or emigrating. So some of you may be even thinking about working abroad in some way. It may be just a thought right now, but I feel it is something that will come to a final conclusion where you take that leap and you go for it, okay? When we get the Wheel of Fortune in the resistance position, I feel like you may have been feeling a little bit stuck, maybe in a bit of a cycle of routine, and maybe feeling like there's been some sort of resistance, something, a goal or a personal goal or a dream has just been out of reach. I feel like you get closer to that goal, that dream, you accomplish that in the month of April. Something's coming to a final conclusion and luck is on your side. This is the challenge card for the month, which is luck. So I feel like you've got everything you need to meet luck head on. So I feel the only element that's been really missing here is the universe stepping in divine timing. So you're going to get a huge transformation in the month of April, where you're going to see meaningful coincidences. Things are going to show up in the way that you hope for. There's going to be lots of lucky breaks. I feel like this may feel like a bit of a gamble or a risk, some sort of leap of faith. So some of you may be thinking about doing a new job, or thinking about being in a new sector, or adding a new skill to your bow, gaining knowledge, or putting yourself on a course of learning, because we've got two cards that basically means gamble or risk, or taking, being spontaneous about something, and that really connects to that Aries new moon, being that spontaneous, courageous self with high energy. So I feel there's going to be a surprise here for you that turns out perfectly in your favor, and you're going to be really you'll really love it. They're indicating that Spirit is like airlifting you out of the mundane, or out of a cycle or repetitive habit that you may feel like you've been stuck in a rut in. And I feel like this is the world, it's like it's opening up to you in some way, okay? Now, the outcome energy, we've got the Fool card. So this is a new adventure. This is also curiosity, being open to having faith that anything is possible. And as you see here, they're indicating that you're brimming with potential and anything is possible. So taking that leap of faith in an area of your life, go for it, because I feel it will work out in your favor and the universe has got your back. They're actually showing me dominoes right now in the water as I'm scrying. So either you just bought dominoes for someone, or I don't mean the pizza. I just want to say that. They're showing me those little dominoes. You hit one and they sort of all spiral into a little pattern. You set them all up in a line, the little black digits with white dots. That's what they're showing me right now. So maybe it's about lining things up and then watching it sort of all come to life. Or maybe you just bought a domino set for somebody, or someone gifted you one. Dominoes, I feel like everything is slotting into place and it's just waiting for the final switch. And then I feel like you're going to flick that switch in April, and then all starts to come to some sort of satisfying conclusion, okay? The Fool card is about peacocking yourself. It's almost like this represents the journey, the beginning of something, your potential, and you have a lot of potential. This is also about freedom, playfulness, and embracing your wonderful original self, your authentic self. So I feel like you're going to get that sort of energy and vibe as we move through April. Remember, right at the beginning, there's that push and pull, though, between your 12th house and that new moon in Aries, where you want to sort of like go out. So, for example, a lot of you may be reconnecting to friends or organizing a lot of events and yeah, I'm going to go for this. It's going to be great. And then on the day, you're going to be like, oh, why did I organize that? Maybe I should just stay at home. I feel like you're going to get out there and go for it, and you're not going to be sorry either. You're going to really enjoy yourself. Now, just to let you know, I'm using the Golden Art Nouveau Tarot, and I'm going to get a Celtic cross to see what is coming towards you. I'm only using the uprights in this deck, just so you're aware. We've got the Hangman. Okay, now the Hangman means you've been in the waiting game. You've been waiting for this moment or waiting for something. That is the heart of the matter for you. What has been crossing you? Expansion of opportunities, getting out there, which you're absolutely going to be doing in April. What is below you? Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Taurians? What do they need to know? We got the Five of Swords. Okay, so a little bit of overthinking, a little bit of anxiety. We'll clarify that as we get to it. What is in the past? We've got the Empress card. Thank you so much. 10 of Wands. So they're showing me that you've been feeling like you've had the world on your shoulders. There's been a lot of heavy lifting and responsibility in your life recently, and maybe for quite a lot longer than you would hope for. And you're wanting to release that responsibility. You want to have fun. The Seven of Swords. Now, the Seven of Swords is interesting because a lot of people think it's a really negative card, and it can be connected to someone who is running away from life or running away from responsibility. But I just get this energy of wanting to run away from it all, wanting to run away from that responsibility, because I feel I just get this energy of wanting to, yeah, thank you so much. I'm so grateful. They're giving me a song right now. Some of you have already clocked that song, what it is. I would love it for you to just shout it out right now if you've clocked it before I say it, because I feel already your energies is connected to me. But it's I Want to Break Free by Queen. Okay, and they're actually showing me the video as well that goes with that. So they're showing me someone who's, yeah, in the video, I think it's Freddie Mercury does all the chores, and, you know, he's dressed up like a housewife, and he's like stuck in the mundane. So yeah, it's wanting to break free. So I really feel that element of energy here for you. The Seven of Swords, we'll get to it when we get to it, but it's about doing things differently, marching to the beat of your own drum, living life on your own terms, and not being a people pleaser, okay? Finding an alternative route to get to where you want to go, because what you've been doing just doesn't seem to be floating your boat at the moment. We got Two of Wands. I'm going to go one more. The Death card. So there's some sort of transformation. Oh, they said N1. So I'm guessing N1 means one more. Normally they ask me for one more. We got the Seven of Cups. So there's choices here. I feel like there's going to be a lot of options for you in April that will actually transform your life. We will clarify when we get there. This is the heart of the matter, the Hangman. You may feel like you're trying to see the world, not just your personal circumstances, but the whole world from a new perspective. So it's almost like the world is opening up to you, and you may feel, especially since, you know, we've been going through the pandemic, for example, in some areas in the world, it feels like things are going back to some sort of normal, and in other areas of the world it really feels like it is not. So it depends on where you are in the world right now, but I feel there's this element here of trying to see things from a different viewpoint in order to gain knowledge, wisdom of the self. But I also feel the Hangman is about surrendering, releasing, surrendering to something. It could be the restrictions have been holding you back in life, and you've had some time where you've had inaction and time to reflect on what you need to do to change certain things in your world in order to bring in more excitement, or to stand your ground in some way. Because we've got two elements of swords. Well, we got three actually, the Queen of Swords. So I feel like you're being a bit of a visionary in your world, where you're trying to see things from another angle. Like when I look at this as a broad kind of energy, I just see it as, how can I work smarter, not harder? Because I feel like you work really hard anyway, my beautiful Taurians, and I feel like you're trying to open yourself up in some way to opportunity, not just to be successful, but in order to enjoy the fruits of your labor. Because I feel like right now it's like perhaps hamster on a wheel, where you feel like you're just on autopilot, just doing. Okay, what's crossing you is the Three of Wands. You may be wondering if you're on the right path. The Three of Wands is a card of expansion. It is about that fullness of creativity, of achievement. You may be working really hard, inspired, and you're like ready to go, and very ambitious and enterprising. But you may also be wondering or anticipating, am I on the right path? You know, things don't seem to be happening in my timeline because there is a wait. Okay, I mean, you've got 3 cards here that are waiting, and we've got the Wheel of Fortune here. As I said, you've got everything you need, but you may be feeling sometimes you have to wait for divine intervention, or you have to wait for a certain point before you can move forward. And I feel like you are going to be moving forward because there's something here, an opportunity comes in here that changes your life in April. Okay, it is something you have been waiting for, is what they're giving me. It is a lucky break in some area of your life. The 3 of Wands, whenever I get this and someone says, am I on the right path? The answer is yes, absolutely, you are on the right path. This is about opportunities coming towards you because you have created that space for them. And it's also about you aligning yourself with your heart's desire. When you get this card, you are making the right decisions, but you may have felt like you had to pause, take some time out to really think things through before you make that next step. Okay, this is a card of business or passion, something that you're really inspired to achieve, but you may have felt like you had to wait for the right moment to do that. And it could be connected to either world circumstances with regards to travel, or with regards to you had to wait something out before it all turned out in your favor. Okay, and I feel, I'm going to clarify for you just to make sure, but I feel like it does turn out in your favor, just so you're aware. What is below you? We've got the 5 of Swords. Now the 5 of Swords is an interesting card because it can feel, deep down you may feel conflicted or defeated in some way. You may have felt something was unfair and that you weren't getting a fair deal. Okay, and that all changes when we get that full moon in Libra, because you get some really good karma. That's why you got the Wheel of Fortune there that shows up, and it makes things fair again. It rebalances the whole balancing act as well. Also, I mean, now, I would say, because we got the 5 of Swords and we've got the 7 of Swords, I would say if anyone is trying to pull the wool over your eyes, or trying to, you know, undercut you or tell you something that isn't true in the month of April, you've got the Queen of Swords here. You see right through it, okay? You see through any of that BS. Taurus, you're a really good judge of character, okay? If your intuition is screaming at you to notice something about somebody, really notice it, because I feel in the long term, I feel like you see through whatever this is, and I feel like it transforms either a friendship, relationship, or some sort of connection with that person. And I feel like I just get the feeling that you leave it behind. I feel like you actually genuinely let it go because it is just hindering your path in some way. So for example, this could be, for example, if you've got a goal or a dream that you've been waiting to enact for a while, and you felt like never being in the right place at the right time has happened for you, or you feel like the circumstances are not right now, but you still have a dream and a goal. If you've got somebody in your world saying, well, Taurus, you didn't go for that dream or that goal, it's never going to happen, okay? You know, don't listen to that person, because that person, they're projecting their own truth. Just because it did not happen for them in that time doesn't mean it's not going to happen for you. So I would take what they have to say with a pinch of salt. 5 of Swords also can be a bit of mental conflict, so you may be overthinking something. I'm just going to pull a quick card on it, see what that is for you. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, God Angels. Can you please? Page of Swords, they're indicating investigate it further. If there's something worrying you, investigate it, because, you know, as soon as we locate the core or the center of a fear, we can actually realize that actually it's nothing to worry about. Page of Swords is about being curious about what is perhaps needing more thought, or it could be someone. I'm going to go again, actually. That Page of Swords is about exploration. It's about a new focus, something that's not proven yet. So you could be worrying about something that hasn't happened yet, but you're almost like covering your back thinking, well, if I worry about it, maybe it won't happen. But remember, sometimes we can catastrophize and we can will it to life by having it on our mind, because thoughts become things. Okay, the 7 of Pentacles in the reverse indicates so for example, you may be working really hard with no reward, and it may be like giving you a lot of mental burnout. So you may be researching new opportunities. Page of Swords is about, you know, investigating things further or having a new focus. And the 7 of Pentacles says you work so hard that, you know, perhaps you're not getting the rewards that you deserve, and you're thinking about giving that up, and it's making you worry a little bit. I feel like hold true to your goals and your dreams, hold true to those visions. But if something's not working for you, Taurus, and you really feel instinctively that it's not right for you, I would say, you know, just use your intuition and make your choice based from there, because your heart wants what your heart wants. And if you're in a routine that's making you feel low vibe, or you feel like you're working with people who are cutting and just, you know, selfish or complacent, and they're getting you to do all the work, I feel it's time to lift that heavy burden off yourself, and you deserve better. I mean, this is the Empress card, and it's in the past position. So I feel perhaps there may be a little bit worry because of the time period that we're living in, because I just get this energy from this card that in the past, you would never put up with some of the things that you put up with, okay? I feel like when you felt like you were younger, you would say, hell no, I'm not gonna take that, or hell no. So I feel like there's an element here of you putting up with something at the moment because you feel like the circumstances are not right in some way. You have to wait it out. So either that is you work in a difficult work condition, or a difficult relationship, and you're just waiting. I feel like you've been doing a lot of heavy lifting. That's what they're showing me. And the Empress here indicates you deserve better. And especially since we've got that, you know, 6th house of daily routines involved, but also we've got that 1st house of how you value yourself. Very important. You know, the new moon on the 30th of April is all about you and how you value yourself and getting the best deal for who you are and what you can accomplish. The Empress there is about abundance. I feel perhaps you feel like those lucky, happy days, or those days of where there was plenty, is gone, but you will achieve that again. There's more opportunity coming your way. The 3 of Wands says there is more opportunity just going to pop out of nowhere. Just be ready for it. That's why they want you to get some sleep. The 7 of Cups says that there's going to be opportunities that only you could ever dream of, that have been in your imagination for a while. This is about your artistic endeavors. This is about you having your abilities unleashed. Why sort of connect yourself to one thing when you can encompass all the things and have everything you ever set out to do? Okay, the Empress card is about accomplishment. She's already sown seeds, so she's already nurturing a goal or something to term, and you will achieve that. Even if, for example, you are a family member who has had children and you have little time for your dreams or your work connections because you're busy trying to pay the bills, but also trying to look after children, etc., etc. I feel like, yes, you have been going through the ringer a little bit and it has been feeling very heavy, but I feel like there is going to be a way where you find an opportunity to empower yourself, find more time, more energy, more motivation for you. Okay, is what I'm getting, a little bit more for you. The good old days are not gone. They want you to be aware of that. This card is about abundance. This is also about beauty, loving yourself, feeling beautiful. Some of you, and they're actually showing me, oh wow, you know, I think it's like an emoji. You know, when there's the 2 figures, they've got arms around each other. They're showing me an emoji like that. So if someone's just sent you that emoji, like a hug of 2 people hugging, there's no identity on the people, so I feel like they're like little figures just hugging. So either someone's just sent you that emoji, or you've just sent it to somebody, or you can see it, or it may be relevant. I feel like your guide is actually holding your hand but hugging you as well, because some of you may feel like you're getting old or older, and you may be feeling like your looks are going, or that's not all of you, but they're indicating that's not at all. That's how you're feeling right now, because you're so exhausted. You're so, you know, you're spinning all the plates trying to do life, and you just feel really exhausted. So you're actually looking at yourself with exhausted eyes. You're not seeing the true you, okay? They want you to see the lovable you that everybody else sees, and you're beautiful both inside and out. Male or female, not a gender-specific reading. They want you to be aware that sometimes we can wake up in the morning and we can look in the mirror and go, oh my gosh, what happened to me in the night? I look horrendous. Because you've got tired eyes, or you've got a tired mind. So you're going to be a little bit more critical of yourself than usual. Then the next day you can look in the mirror, wake up and like, damn, actually I look much better today. I look really hot. It's all a state of mind. They want you to be aware. Tired mind, tired eyes, tired body. You know, then we start to get a little bit critical of ourselves, and we're still feeling that energy from that Virgo full moon, which brings out criticism, okay? So we've got the 10 of Wands here. This is the potential. A lot of heavy lifting, but I feel like your hard work is now paying off. I feel like you've done the heavy lifting. That's why you're feeling like the world is on your shoulders, but that's coming to an end. That cycle is changing. A lot of people think the 10 of Wands is a very, very negative card, but actually it can mean that you're close to burnout, but you're about to set your heavy load down in order to enter a new cycle. You're clearing the way for new beginnings. And that is what these cards say. The World card is clearing the way for a new cycle. The Wheel of Fortune says they're injecting a little bit of luck on your side to help you with things happening in the way that you're hoping for. And the Fool card is about having that new beginning. So you're clearing the way for a new beginning here. And I feel like you will actually simplify things for you in life. And I feel like you're lightening your load. Now, the Seven of Swords is in the future position. So the near future position. Now, I will pull a card because this card can all be about integrity and, living your life on your own terms and not following the crowd. You're not the sort of person who does what everybody else thinks you're going to do. Also, I feel, you're very diplomatic, but I feel like you also need to be true to yourself, and you got to do what you got to do is what I feel. What's really interesting here is, I always say this figure here is sort of running away with all the swords but leaves two behind. This one, normally the figure is actually looking back, but I feel like this is also about don't go too quickly, because sometimes we can miss things or we can leave things behind if we try to go too fast in a situation. Like we've got these two things, we've got these two cards rather opposing each other, so it's almost like swinging. Sometimes you feel like you've got a lot of potential, you've got a lot of stuff going on for you, and that there's a lot of abundance, and there is, you're working on something very creative and you're enjoying life, and the next moment it's almost like you're talking yourself out of things. Sometimes we can self-sabotage ourselves, so just be mindful of that as well. But I'm just going to pull a card because I feel like sometimes I feel like you're, how can I put that? I feel like you're gaining more confidence than what you used to be. There may be someone in your world who knocked your confidence or has tried to knock your confidence in some way. I feel like you are trying really hard not to let their negativity influence you in some way, my beautiful Taurians, and I feel like you're letting them go slowly, phasing them out of your life. I feel like you didn't want to, but I feel like you have to. We've got the Moon card here. So the Moon card is all about uncertainty. So sometimes we start to want to run away. The Weight. You've got the Two of Wands again. So there's something here about the Moon. It's causing fears. The Weight is causing a fear. So for example, if you're looking for love and it hasn't shown up in your world right now, you may be having a few thoughts where like, wow, it's never going to happen for me. And that is your fear. Or a career opportunity that you felt was time sensitive and you're thinking it's never going to happen for you. What happens here is when we take our mind or our attention off the objective, we stop having an attachment to it. So it's like we've ordered, right? I always say this to my friends, order with the universe. Imagine it's like a restaurant, okay? You say what you really want. Think about it for a while before you order. So you use the right words, the right things, the exact way that you want them to show up in your world. And then you make your order, okay? The next day, don't be thinking the next day, oh, actually, I didn't say that thing because I'd love to add a really handsome person to come along and love me as well. And and I'd like to win the lottery. And because every time you reorder, it's like being in a restaurant. You're sending your order back each time. So the universe has to go, oh, we had the order, but Tauruses reordered. They want this as well. So it gets longer and longer and longer before it shows up in your world. So, have you ever thought about when you've just been washing dishes and just thought, you know what, I'd really love this to happen. And then you've thought nothing else about it. And you just got on with washing the dishes. And then that thing shows up in your world. Sometimes when we focus too hard on something, it's like analysis paralysis. And with those two swords in those positions, they want you to be aware of that, okay? The Moon card indicates to me that there is an opportunity that you're not even aware of right now that is coming your way. It is something that you've waited for, and it will surprise you because that Wheel of Fortune is working behind the scenes to bring you what you truly desire. But yes, there is a wait. And when we are waiting for things, we tend to sabotage ourselves and make us sabotage our confidence and sometimes feel like we're not good enough in some area of our life, and that's maybe why things are not happening for us. But that's not the truth at all, okay? Everything happens in divine order. Now, In this position, we got the advice to self. And the Ace of Wands here is all about creative initiative, okay? So I feel you're going to get that boost of energy I was talking about, where you're going to have brilliant ideas. You're going to suddenly feel like you want to burst into action. You have a desire for an adventure. This could be a new project that lands in your lap, or a new opportunity, a new job that allows you creative expression. It's something connected to your goal is what they're showing me. They're actually showing me a soccer net right now, and someone scoring a goal. So I feel like this is you're scoring a goal. That's what I feel. It's something to celebrate, okay? It's almost like they're showing me like back of the net scoring a goal. So either you actually play soccer, or I feel like you're achieving something that sets you apart from the crowd, is something very specialized, and it's like you've got your target, you hit your target, and you score. That's what I'm feeling with this card, okay? Also, when you get this card, this is a huge transformation card. It is divine intervention by spirit. A hand from the universe pops out of nowhere and gives you an opportunity. So if you've been looking for a new job, for example, or you've been looking for inspiration in your current job, I feel like you're going to be given that refreshing boost of energy. This card is about being daring. It's about you daring to make something happen. They always say, go big or go home, or dream big. And I feel you're going to turn your dreams into reality, because this is your advice to yourself, which is you can do it. You've got this. You've got what it takes to be really successful. And I feel like you're going to enjoy the journey, and there's an exciting vision that you have that will bring you a lot of success, okay? Now, the external circumstances, we've got the Emperor, which tells me that you're definitely going to power up, okay? I feel like you are going to be very, very successful. The universe is giving you that power. But also, I would be mindful of the people who come into your world, because I do feel like there is someone who is going to give you some really good advice in April of how to do something. So it could be that you're trying to set up your own business, be an entrepreneur, or you're trying to look at a second stream of income in order to get a business venture off the ground. I feel like you will stumble upon somebody who actually gives really good advice. It could be on YouTube, it could be on TikTok, it could be anywhere. It could be a friend introduces you to somebody else. I'm going to pull a quick card on it, but I feel like it really empowers you, okay? I feel you have the quality of a leader here, and I feel like you're protecting all that you have so far, and I feel like you feel very responsible, though. I just feel like you're still managing to find excitement even in your responsibilities. I feel like you start to streamline your energy, and it feels like, there's some days where you're like, ugh, I've got to tidy my bedroom, or I've got to tidy my apartment. And those other days you wake up and you're like, right, okay, today I'm going to tidy my apartment and I'm going to make it feel fresh. It's the same chore, but we've got a different mindset on it. So I really feel like you're approaching things with a different mindset. Now I'm just going to pull a quick card on that. I am aware that we have an Emperor and an Empress in this mix, so I will be clarifying any love situations right at the end. We got the Wheel of Fortune, so it's all about success. It's all about opportunity. To have a double Wheel of Fortune with an Emperor tells me that this is a successful turnaround, and you are in control of this, okay? This is the universe, the external circumstances. So I feel like there's a lucky break coming on here, but also I feel like you're meeting the right people. You're being in the right place at the right time to meet the right opportunities. This is success, okay? You're turning things around. And I feel things just get a little bit easier for you. Now, we've also got the Queen of Swords. So the Queen of Swords is a visionary, someone who sees with clarity of purpose, sets intentions, then aligns themselves with that in understanding or that intention. I feel like you're making really shrewd decisions in April, and I feel like you've got healthy boundaries. I also feel like you are being direct, you're communicating your needs, you're being really precise, okay? So if, for example, in the past that you felt that you were someone who always said what you meant, and how can I put this? Because I just get from this reading that recently you may have felt like you couldn't speak your truth, or you've gone a little bit more silent than usual. You felt like you couldn't communicate things. You've kept yourself to yourself in some way. I feel like there's a bit of overthinking in the things that you say. Now, whether that's to do with work, I mean, it could be to do with the pandemic, for example, because there's a lot of restrictions on what some people feel they can say openly about things. But I feel like you get it all out in the open in the month of April. I really feel like there's a turning point for you where your vision comes to life. Something you saw as your future starts to come towards you, and you're being really honest with yourself, okay? I also feel like you're being really realistic, and I feel very smart, very straightforward. And I feel like you're trying to take emotions out of a situation, where you're trying to be really logical and think logically about something to really communicate your needs rather than be misconstrued. And so, for example, some of you are going to be negotiating a better deal, but I feel like there's part of you here where you're doing life on your own terms. You may be shocking people and creating a new start in your world. And there could be a lot of people who are like, oh, Taurus, you don't want to do that because of this, that, and the other. That's because they tried it and it didn't work for them, or they didn't have the courage to do that. And therefore, they're trying to sort of warn you against it. I feel you've got a plan. With that Queen of Swords, she plans for the future, strategizes. And I feel, whenever the Queen of Swords is in the mix, you are winning at the game of life. You're strategizing in a way that you will be very, very successful. So let me just pull a quick card on that Queen of Swords, just to clarify. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Spirit Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Taurians? What do they need to know? Can you please guide them for their highest good? We've got the Knight of Cups. Okay, so there's an offer coming on in here to do with career. This could be someone recognizing your value at your career space, but it's also about what you have to offer. You know that you've got a lot to offer. You bring a lot to the table, my beautiful Taurians, and because you offer so much, you deserve so much more for it, okay? So when you get this card, this is about following your bliss and following your dreams and goals. Also, this is about initiation, encouragement. The universe is encouraging you to use your imagination, to not just work really hard, but enjoy the fruits of your labor, to recognize that there has to be that balance, that integration of pleasure, loving, and hard work, okay? Now, this is probably a good time to talk about the Emperor and the Empress here, because I do feel like we've got an energetic match. If there's someone here that you may have been in a relationship with, or felt was your counterpart in some way, you may have been going through a bit of a bumpy relationship ride, okay? And there may have been a lot of like misconstrued conversations. There could have been, maybe you're waiting for this person to tell you the truth on something. Maybe you've been dealing with a twin flame that was a runner. I really feel like they come to offer you love, turning points in a relationship, but I feel you're holding back, because you either don't trust this person or you're very guarded against this person. I feel like that's a wise decision, because if they hurt you in the past, people tend to wear suits of armor around their heart. But I would say don't build a wall if you truly want to go back with this person. Can you find an option to transform this relationship? Absolutely. But I feel like there's one person here with that Seven of Cups. I feel like there's one of you, either you or this person, are hesitant about getting into anything long-term right now. So I would be, I feel like your person is maturing, but I feel like you're very hesitant. Either you don't trust the words that come out of this person's mouth, or you feel you want to hear what this person says first before you judge the situation. But they are offering love, just so you are aware, okay? Now, you can transform this, but it will take time, is what they're giving me. Now, this song has come up before, maybe not for your sign, but it's just, you can go your own way. Go your own way. Now, at the time, I did look up the song and I remembered exactly who sang it, but right now I cannot remember. So they're just giving me that on loop. So either you hear that song just before this person enters your life, or, oh wow, okay, or just before you get a message from that person, was what I was going to say. Yeah, so and we just got a little confirmation. It is so rare for me to have my phone sound on. So, and that's clearly a mistake, because I never have it on. And it's just sort of popped off there. But anyway, moving on from that, the Seven of Cups, a lot of people see the Seven of Cups as, having so many options that they cannot choose, and they may feel like they've got commitment issues. They cannot single out one sort of opportunity or one single person or things like that, because this is your energy, my beautiful Taurians. And I feel this is more than that. This is about you looking at all the possibilities, everything that you're set to gain and everything that you set to let go of in order to gain what you want. So I feel like this is about you being flexible and open to manifesting everything, every possibility. And I feel like you're using the power of your imagination to create your world where you're like, well, I could have all these riches. I could have all this success. I could go after this creative dream, or I could settle in this area. I could really like make a difference in this area. I feel like don't spread yourself too thin, because I feel like it will take you longer to get to a personal goal or dream, but I feel like you will have the energy to really focus on the things that you want and open yourself up to being fully creative and sort of begin to play with different ideas and use your imagination to sort of achieve whatever it is you set out to achieve there. Now, this is also about visions, being visionary. This is about your dreams. It's about desires. And I feel like you're not limiting yourself to just one, but I feel like you're transforming your world so that you can allow many potential possibilities. So some of you are trying to create different streams of income, for example. You may be, it's a 7 of Cups, so maybe some of you are like 7 streams of income, or you're trying to create different pools where you can be successful and have passive income so it comes on in and you're working smarter, not harder, okay? The Death card here is all about transformation, but the most important thing here is about new beginnings, because the Death card is never about something that completely comes to an end. It is about transcendence. It's about becoming something new, or opening your arms to something new, but releasing old habits to make way for it. Or you are receiving something greater, so anything that's been holding you back or weighing you down is being shed, okay? This card is a card of transformation, and I feel like you're recognizing that nothing really remains the same, and that's kind of a positive thing because it actually opens you up to new opportunity. So whether you're leaving a workspace because people are, asking you to do like 2 or 3 people's work, they're putting all their heavy duty work on you, and you've been doing all the heavy legwork, and they're delegating towards you, and you're like, you know what, they're not showing me any coins because I see no coins in your reading. They're not showing me any pentacles. They're not showing me any cash that goes along with all this extra duties that I got to do. And I feel like you're transforming the way that you are working. Now, also, I'm just getting an energy from this card where you feel there's a lot more, and this can connect to the time period that we're living in. There's a lot more, everything's rising, for example. Everything's rising, like money and jobs are remaining the same or getting less, and everything else is rising. So I feel like you're trying to protect your family. You're trying to do what is right for your family, trying to open yourself up perhaps to a second income, but I feel like you're trying to live a life of luxury. And I feel like something here you are trying to transform in order to do what is best for the future. The 2 of Wands can be waiting for results, okay? So if you've put yourself on a course of learning and trying to get like some sort of certificate or something like that, I feel you're waiting for the right moment to move on to something. This figure here is waiting for the world, or has the world in his hands while he's waiting for something to come towards, or waiting for the energy, the ambition, the appetite for success. Could be waiting for a project, but whatever it is, he's got the hand, he's in expectation mode, okay? So he's holding that world. And because your first card here is the world, I feel like you're meeting your expectations. And I feel like you're really aligning yourself what you truly want to achieve, and you're smashing it right out of the park, okay? I feel like you really got this. I'm going to pull a few more cards just to clarify before I close the reading. Thanks so much, Spirit Guides, Great Angels. Anything more my beautiful Taurians need to know? We've got the Moon card in the reverse. So they're indicating they understand the frustration, okay? But the Moon card in reverse can be about unhappiness where you're at, and perhaps you feel like your intuition is not engaged in the situation because you feel exhausted. We got this 4 of Wands, it's in the reverse. So you feel like you're separating from something, or you have separated from something, and there's been a bit of a setback there. Sometimes we may feel like we're not on the right path, and it causes us frustration. But then the World card and the Wheel of Fortune comes to realign us, to put us on the right path. But I really feel like you are on the right path. Yeah, the 8 of Cups in the reverse indicates, learning from the past, returning to somewhere where you feel like you're happy. And So some of you could be returning to either a hobby or to a career that you felt in the past you felt was really good for you, because that Empress card is in the past position. So you felt like the good old days. I mean, some of you have been looking after children, for example, and you took some time out to be a parent. You may be returning to work, for example, and thinking, hey, you know, I used to get like a large salary for this, and this, and now the whole working environment has changed and they're trying to offer you less than what you truly deserve. I feel like you're going to stand your ground and you're going to get what you want. Okay, you're going to get what you want. I feel like you will. Things turn out the way you hoped for. Seven of Wands in the reverse tells me that if it doesn't match up to your expectations, I feel like you're walking away from it. Everything is telling me that unless you feel it's worth fighting for, you're walking away from it. That's relationships, friendships, and career. If it's not part of your vision, I feel like you're not giving it any energy or any time. Thank you so much, Spirit guys. Oh, that was a nice sort of roundabout there. We got the Queen of Wands in the reverse. Let me just go one more on that one. Thank you. Knight of Wands in the reverse. Yeah, okay, so I mean, there is a potential here that someone who was a runner in a connection, someone who avoided or ghosted, for example, someone who sometimes plays mind games. I feel like you're angry with this person. I don't feel like you would take this person back. I feel like they will try to return to your world, especially since we've got the Eight of Cups there in the reverse, which means someone from your past returns to you as well. I feel like you block them. They're not coming back. I feel like a lot of water has gone under the bridge with this person, and I feel like you're letting this go and letting it flow because you don't feel stable in this connection, and it doesn't make you feel confident. It just chips away at the confidence. So I feel like you're releasing this from your life. But a lot going on. I feel more this is about you waiting for something that you've been working really hard towards, and you're going to be shown all the opportunities that are available to you. So with that Seven of Cups, I feel like you're visualizing everything that's possible now, and you've got the value. You deserve better. So I feel like you're trying to release self-sabotage. You're seeing things from a new perspective, and I feel like you're getting clear. You're getting serious about your goals, dreams. Not that you weren't serious before, but I feel like this is about. It's almost like you're ready to not quite go into battle, but I feel like you're being really abrupt, like, okay, let's get serious on this. So I feel you're being realistic about things, and I feel like it opens you up to a lot of success, because the Three of Wands is like there's other opportunities coming your way. Okay, you're aligning yourself with what you need, and the universe is bringing you that, especially with that surprise element of the Wheel of Fortune. Don't run away from responsibility. Okay, even though it's been heavy, if you've got bills to pay, etc., etc. I know it's easier said than done because you've got double seven here. They're really pointing out the sevens for me. Even though 12-12 is important for you, they're indicating that if you're feeling like, for example, this may not resonate for everyone, of course, but if you're feeling like it's been a difficult month financially, I want to see what's going on financially because they haven't shown me anything really. If you've been feeling it's a little bit difficult month for finances and you have bills that you feel are weighing on your soul, I would say with the Seven of Swords and the Seven of Cups, they're basically saying don't run away from that. Don't bury your head in the sand. Call the people that you owe the money to head on and tell them the circumstances and work out a plan. Work out another option to actually pay that. Okay, that's not going to resonate for everyone, but they're indicating the more you bury your head in the sand, the more it will trample over you in the future. It becomes this big boulder that gets bigger and bigger and bigger. But if you nip it in the bud head on, then you can actually talk to the people and they give you some sort of plan that you can come to an agreement where you pay a little by little. Okay, so I'm not sure who needs to hear that. That's just come through. That never really comes through in my readings. Can you show me something financially for my beautiful Taurians? Oh, they said not this deck. Okay, very precise. Okay, now they just gave me a word. Well, it was a name, and the name is Lulu. Lulu, and then it was almost like they were announcing. So they went Lulu, and then I heard a very loud song that clearly a very famous singer called Lulu sings, which is I'm not going to do the first bit because I'll be here forever. It's like, well, you make me want to shout, come on now, shout, come on now. So maybe there's something in your April that's made you feel very frustrated. You want to shout. I mean, it could be connected to the Lover's card. The Lover's card is all about choice. Could be a relationship thing going on here. This is about partnerships. Could be a business partnership that's been frustrating, that comes into alignment, comes back into balance. But you do have some options there in that. Page of Pentacles, there is money coming, okay? You are aligning yourself with a financial opportunity. So the Lover's card can, when I apply it just to you, my beautiful Taurians, this could be about your personal decisions, aligning yourself, because you do have choice. The Seven of Cups is a choice card. The Lover's card is a choice card. So I just wanted to see what your options were in terms of career. Some of you may be either wanting to be an entrepreneur, set up your own business, or partner up with a brand or people to collaborate with. The Lover's card is about your options in that area, and the Page of Pentacles is about, making an effort to be realistic about your money, being stable with regards to money, perhaps studying, applying yourself or making an application to some governing body to study in order to enhance your skills and make more money, because pages are curious. They start something new. So some of you may be actually starting a new job, or getting a raise, or stepping into a promotion where you have to learn new skills, or perhaps there's some sort of money news that comes your way, because pages also bring news. Okay, so I feel like this is about you being stable financially, and this is more of like a strategic move towards success rather than like raking all the cash in, which comes later, is what they're showing me. So I will leave it there. I'm just going to get you a final personal power oracle deck. Ooh, okay, we've got I am happy. Okay, I am happy. So entering a new cycle with positivity. The more gratitude we show, actually that really connects to the competition that I'm doing for one lucky subscriber to win a free personal reading. I'll let you know how to win that in a moment. But I am happy, number 17, which is a star card energy, which is about hope. It's about being a visionary, seeing inspiration again. And we've also got I follow my heart. I follow my heart. So as you can see, she's using her intuition or her other senses because she's blindfolded, and she's being authentic with her heart out and open on display. It's number 39. When you reduce it, 3 plus 9 is 12, which is the number of the hangman. Okay, 12, 12. Okay, so that is a very important thing. I told you right at the beginning, number 12 is important for you. So that's 12, and 3 plus 9 is 12, yeah. So 12, 12, important. So I feel like even if you're taking a pause to sort of rethink your life, or your choices, or your career, sort of your next step in your career, I feel like that temporary timeout is important for you to see another viewpoint and allow yourself to align yourself with your heart, okay? The money will flow from there. As soon as you're doing something you absolutely love doing, the money will just flow right on in, okay? So I'll leave it there. I hope something resonates in this reading for you. If it does, please like or subscribe to my channel. Completely free for you. All you have to do is press a little bell that lets you know when I update my next message. It lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is very important for me. Wow. So the first trinket we've got is Pegasus. This is about accomplishment, smashing your goals out of the park. This is about elevation. This is about transformation, destiny and fate intervening. Whenever you get this trinket, it really connects to the Ace of Swords, which is about a breakthrough. It means that there is triumphant success here. And I feel like you're being disciplined and responsible to take, have conviction with new ideas and sort of take accountability for your prosperity. And I feel like you're on the rise, okay? They actually want me to put this card on the Page of Pentacles. Interesting. And we've also got a love heart. It's got love there. It's got a hole in the heart, but there's another arrow that's gone through. So if you felt like your opportunity or your window for love is past, that is not true. You may be mending a wounded heart, but I feel like there is love coming on in here, okay? I feel like there is an opposites attract. There's a potential for you to connect with somebody, meet your match. I feel like this may be someone, because we've got the Seven of Swords, I do feel like there's some sort of return energy there, or someone who maybe even you feel like you're not ready for love and you run away from this. I do feel like there is a magnetic connection coming on in, but I feel that you're a little bit guarded. So it will take time for you to open yourself up to this love, but I feel this is someone who is mature enough to help you through that, okay? But there is definitely love available here. I feel like it's a case of if at first you don't succeed, try again. This time luck is on your side, and I feel like you're opening yourself up to a new lucky cycle. They actually want me to put this on the Wheel of Fortune. So something is coming along here that is like a direct hit to the heart. Whether it is a relationship, if you're looking for love, or whether it is a career opportunity, I feel like if you felt something has been missing for a while, whether it is enthusiasm, motivation, drive, I feel like you hit your target this month in April. It's very, very positive, okay? I'll leave it there. If you'd like to be with a chance to win a free personal reading, all you have to do is every morning when you get up, take a couple of minutes on the side of your bed as you roll out of bed, sit there for a couple of seconds or a minute or so, and just be really grateful. Really grateful for all the things that you have, and really grateful for all the things that you don't yet have, okay? Because then they are magnetized towards you. There's a lot of us with lots of great things in our lives, and lots of us with things that we can only dream of having in our lives. So we're all at different stages on our journey, but more gratitude is what draws more goodness towards you, okay? And in the comments box below, just put this sentence: I have an attitude of gratitude. And I'll announce the lucky subscriber on the 28th of April, and I'll announce the winner's name in a video upload only, okay? Thank you so much, my beautiful Taurians. Enjoy your April, and love and light.